Thanks for joining us here on Beyond the Mic Sports, where we go beyond the surface and give you takes you won't see coming. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and stay in tune for the vibes. Yeah. But speaking about the Ravens and the Chiefs played, and we have a whole bunch to unpack.
It starts bigger than that. John Harbaugh should be fired. And I said it after week one. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. There are too many. When you score 41 points or 40 points on the road in game one, and you don't win that game, there's a problem. And they've had a history of this. They're still living off that same one championship, that John Harbaugh won, beating his brother. I'm sorry that every year there's an excuse on why the Ravens don't get it done. On paper, they have a really good team. They have a special quarterback that you may never ever see again. Before this game, he actually tied Aaron Rodgers for the best quarterback rating in the history of the National Football League. Not of the last 5 years, in the history of the league. This is a guy that Bill Polian, who's a Hall of Fame general manager, is talking about he should be a wide receiver. This guy, what he does with his legs and throwing the football now as a passer is unbelievable. And at some point, you can't keep doing the same thing. You got to look and figure out you need new leadership. John Harbaugh has been there too long. This ain't no, I said it after week one and people were like, oh, you're just a prisoner of the moment. It's just the first game and what. Now, 4 weeks in and 1-3 record and a terrible defense, people are now looking at John Harbaugh a little bit more. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results, okay? Now, that division is not out of reach. It just depends on how far Lamar is going to be out or whatever. Because Cleveland's no good. And, the Steelers are off to a good start, 3-1. And the Steelers, to me, have been impressive from this standpoint. 3-1, they got 3 wins and 0 wins at home. 0 wins at. I see your T-shirt, but you get my point. 0 wins at 3 wins in the first 4 weeks, and they don't even have a home win yet. That's impressive to me.
Hey, Steeler Nation, tell the Ravens to watch out. If I put on my analyst cap right now, I did say the Ravens were going to win the Super Bowl just because I feel like it was their time. I thought it was Lamar's time, but in 4 weeks, the fact that the bowl hopes can go just like that, it just amazes me, and it just shows the football world that we're living in, just from year to year, and how hard it is to really build for a championship. They don't have the defense right now. It's the worst in the league, like we're saying. But more importantly, I don't think that enough of the blame is going to their MVP quarterback, LamarJackson. Now,
it's hard. I can't get on that camp when your
I'm
defense
not with it either.
When your defense gives up 40 points a week. Is he perfect? No. His first three starts, he had the best start of any quarterback in the history of the NFL through numbers wise the first 3 games. Last week he played poorly against Kansas City. I'll give you that. But I can't. You can sit around and pick on Lamar all you want. In Buffalo, he put up 40 points in the opener in Buffalo, and they didn't win the game. You gonna blame that on Lamar?
Okay, so he puts up 40 in Buffalo, but then he travels to Arrowhead, and then he fumbles when they're winning. That fumble happened when the Ravens were winning. From there on, the pieces started to fall because of a Lamar fumble. He wants to hold on to that rock, and then it's like he's gonna turn the ball over when it matters. He's not a big gamer, and as much as I love Lamar, he's a talent. I love him, but he's just not a big game guy.
All it takes is I think that's a narrative that down the road you'll be like, I've heard this a lot about players because I covered Michael Jordan his day, and that's the first thing. That's the same thing they used to say about him his first 7 years when he didn't win. Oh, he scores a lot of points. He's a great player, but he doesn't make anybody better, and he won't win. People used to say that. You should go back and look at conversations and columns that were written about Michael Jordan. Same thing. John Elway got the Super Bowls, used to lose all the time. and he won his last 2 Super Bowls, obviously, and no one ever talks about that. Dan Marino was a great quarterback, right? Went to the Super Bowl second year, never won. If you think Lamar, with his talent, is not going to win a Super Bowl, I think you're crazy. And I think once he breaks through, he'll win a couple. I really believe he's that talented.
He's getting older. That hamstring is important now.
Staph, I'm gonna let you go. Because I'm about to tear Kenny up. I'm gonna let you go, Staph.
To be quite honest with you, I already knew what was going to happen. I need to see the Chiefs do this multiple weeks. No, I knew this was going to happen. I've seen the Ravens defense multiple times. They like to just give up points. They secondary. We talking about the linebackers. We talking about the line. Their secondary can't guard either. I'm gonna be honest, right? So I knew we was gonna score a lot of points. Our speedy receiver came back. And a lot of people forget about the Chiefs offense. We got a man named Tyquan Thornton.
Balling.
Tyquan Thornton.
Gamer.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, right? He's one of them speedy receivers. He can't really track the ball now. You just gotta make sure the quarterback can get it in his hands. That's all you need, right? To speak on the Ravens, though, let's not speak on the Chiefs. To speak on the Ravens, though, Ravens suck. Like, they suck. And I don't want to hop on the Lamar camp, but that is subjective. The reason why it's subjective is that when your defense sucks so much, right, and they keep giving up points, and you just have to put the book back on, and then your running back is fumbling every single game.
Thank you. Like right? Those are 2 huge fumbles that cost him 2 games. And the same thing, you could put on Lamar. Oh, Lamar, dude, you cannot fumble the ball. That's 2 wins. If he doesn't fumble in those 2 games, right, you're probably now 3-1, right, or 2, at least 2-2. Those are two of those games. You would have won 2 of those. Like those are huge. When they lost to the Lions, they gave up 250 yards on the ground. You can't win a football game if the other team rushes for 250 yards. I don't care what your quarterback does. And they still only lost by 8 points, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, it's easy. And I'm not making excuses. It's easy to just pick on Lamar. It just is. I think you got to look at the coaching staff, what the defense has done. Derrick Henry just hasn't, this season with the fumbles, have really hurt the team. You win that game to start the season in Buffalo, you're on a different mindset, the way that they went in there and ran roughshod over them. That was impressive. I was like, God.
And you know why I find this so interesting, Rob? Because you're sitting with 2 talent guys. These are guys that love talent in a quarterback. They don't really care, they care what it looks like. It has to look like very pretty. So for y'all to come in here and sit and say LamarJackson isn't a big game hunter, I know he's a talent, but he doesn't get it done. I just find that so interesting when we praise guys like Herbert. Every week on this show, we praise guys like Herbert. We praise guys like Jaden.
I want you to go back. I'm gonna just give you one. Couple years ago on Christmas night in San Francisco, him and Brock Purdy were basically neck and neck for the MVP. Do you remember the performance he put on the road against the 49ers? He won the MVP that night. If you remember, it's Christmas night. He balled out, and I'm just saying, I've seen those moments. Last year, and they lost. He throws the ball to Mark Andrews. Are you kidding?
Hit him in that game, though.
No.
Hit him in the stomach, though.
That ball, I'm just talking about, no one's perfect. Yes, he had a turnover, but I'm saying in that game, remember this. He marched him down in 1 minute and 10 seconds to tie the game. Mark Andrews has to make that catch. He robbed us of a moment there. It wasn't like it was 3 and out or whatever. People love Matthew Stafford. Last year against Philadelphia, when they got down in scoring position, what did he do? 4 and out. That's what happened in that, right? 4 and out. Game's over. So all I'm saying is, be fair. Lamar's a talent, and I just think there's other factors there. And that moment will come in that situation. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I don't want to jump on the train yet for Lamar, just the fact that other people around him isn't performing. Derrick Henry, he's having good games, but then he ruined the games when he fumbled. You got the defensive line. No quarterback is scared of them. No quarterback.
Why should they? Right. They can't get through, and then and they can't stop the running back. I mean, come on. You can't win in the National Football League like that.
And I seen Dell was saying that all the linebackers sucked, other than Roquan Smith. I seen Roquan Smith miss a lot of tackles that game.
Yeah.
You don't try to single out players because they name. The whole defense, nobody can tackle, nobody can't guard. Their zone don't even look like a zone. The one play to Pacheco, everybody went like nobody was there.
The only player that's been playing decent to good on that team is Kyle Hamilton. Jair Alexander is robbing the Ravens of money. He is robbing the Ravens of money. Marlon Humphrey is doing TikToks after the game.
God.
Marlon Humphrey is doing TikToks after the game.
Whoever offense on him. So many times. Look, Marlon Humphrey, like a lot of those plays too against the Chiefs, just put a speedy receiver on him, throw him the ball. Like literally.
And Nate Wiggins can't tackle.
Somebody have to pay for it though. Somebody have to pay for this.